Have you ever wondered if there are hidden gateways all around us, invisible to the naked eye? Welcome back to Beyond the Hub podcast. I'm Nick.
And I'm Brandon. Today, we're diving into the mysterious world of invisible portals. How do they work? And where might they be located? Get ready for a journey into the unknown.
Join us as we uncover the secrets of hidden gateways in the second episode of our three-part series on portals. Keep your eyes open, or you might just walk into another dimension. All right, let's start off with the concept of invisible portals. These hidden gateways are believed to exist in various locations around the world. Some suggest that they could be wormholes, providing shortcuts through space and time. Brandon, have you come across any theories about how these portals might work?
Actually, as a matter of fact, I have. First off, the idea of wormholes comes from Einstein's theory of general relativity. Wormholes are theoretical passages through space-time that could create shortcuts for long journeys across the universe. Absolutely just such a crazy thing to think about. The possibility of instantaneous travel. But keep in mind, real quick, they are just theories.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just something fun to talk about.
And it is crazy to think about. Like, the concept of invisible portals isn't just limited to science fiction, though.
Mm-hmm.
Many cultures and legends speak of mysterious places where people or objects vanish without a trace. And these stories often describe portals in forests, mountains, or even right in the middle of a city or a shed.
Like last week.
But what do you guys think? Could there be invisible portals hiding in plain sight? Share your thoughts in the comments.
I absolutely think so, personally. I haven't walked through one or experienced one. Not yet, but I have heard plenty of anecdotes. People's sharing their experiences from military personnel and their weird encounters with missing time and portals that they believe they may have stepped through, to just a random person when walking in the woods on a hike. I also think it's quite interesting how in a lot of encounters where people come in, not necessarily face to face, but within view of a Bigfoot or a Sasquatch or a dogman or a reptilian, many different cryptids, even skinwalkers, where they suspect that they have been in contact or encountering a skinwalker. These cryptids tend to just vanish right before their eyes in lots of these encounters, where it's not like they watch them run away. I mean, there are encounters where people say, yeah, I saw this thing probably about 50 yards away, and it noticed me, and it turned around, and it was gone. It ran away, and I couldn't find it. I kind of chased it. And then there's those who say, like, yeah, I saw this rake-like figure in the woods, and as I was approaching it, it disappeared behind a tree. Nowhere to be found, where I'm looking at multiple angles, and I can't see it anymore. Did it go into a portal? Is there an invisible portal there?
Do you think they're person specific? I mean, like if we walked up to a portal and only I could go in that one based on some sort of law of the universe?
That's a very, very good point. I think so. I don't know. I think maybe different portals operate differently. Like maybe not all portals are like that, because in the last episode we discussed mirrors being portals,
mm-hmm.
and the potentiality of that. These invisible portals, maybe they are person specific. Maybe you fulfilled some sort of universal contract you're unaware of fulfilling, and that is what's stepping you through this portal.
Maybe your portal is somewhere else you just haven't found yet. Every person has their own portal.
And that's interesting, because what's the destination of these portals? That's something we're going to talk about a little bit later, maybe next episode. Maybe we'll save it for next episode so we can go a little bit deeper on that. But what's the destination? Would you step through this portal if you don't know where it's going? You don't see it if it's invisible. What would you do? What would you do if the invisible portals are real and you walked through it? You're just minding your business, going on a hike, and you just step into another. Like, what if you're just like, what if this portal operated as a wormhole? Go ahead, hold that thought. Acted as a wormhole, and all of a sudden you're in the middle of a volcano. That'd be mind blowing. Go ahead.
Let's just say you haven't walked through a portal.
Huh.
What if you walked into it and you didn't even know? You just change, like maybe that's what's changing your outcome on life. Like maybe you walk through a different portal, or like you walk through a portal and it changed the outcome of everything, but you don't even know you stepped through it because it just looked normal.
So the portal is invisible. You step through it and everything carries on. So seemingly normally, so where you can't even tell.
Mm-hmm.
But something did happen there.
But something changed. You might be
interact with
unaware
the
of.
portal. What if every time you step through a portal, it creates a copy of you, and you continue to exist through that copy, and the one that stepped through the portal dies?
Like multiple parallel universes? Oh, you're saying that he just dies. The old me is dead.
Yeah, like let's say let's say this is not an invisible portal. You've tracked it down. You got some sort of reading device that's showing the frequency of the vibrations here are so weird and they're off the charts, and now you're gonna step through this area that you're like, I can see this little faint silhouette of something. I'm gonna charge into this. You charge in and you die, but you don't even know you died, because when you get on the other side, it's you, but it's not the same you that stepped into the portal, but your mind continues to be the same.
I promise we have not done any drugs. These are just awesome, cool theories that we just always think about.
Yeah,
that is crazy.
Some of the conversations we have behind the scenes. Not gonna lie though, I have stolen that a little bit. That's heavily influenced by Rick and Morty. There's an episode where Rick makes Morty this remote that he thinks is a do-over button. Every time he presses the button, he can say, well, there's two buttons. There's like a save state button, kind of like a save scumming in like Fallout or Skyrim or something. So it makes a quick save of where he is, and then he can press the reset button to go back to where he saved to. So he's like doing mundane tasks like throwing cheese puffs in his mouth, and he saves it, misses, hits the button to reset, misses, hits the button to reset, misses, hits the button to reset, finally gets it, and he's like, cool. He's jumping over a puddle, misses the jump and lands in the puddle, resets. And it turns out every time he hits that reset button, it's killing the Morty that was doing that in their, like in that current timeline, and taking another Morty from a different dimension and replacing him there with him. So like I kind of got that a little bit from that, but more to do with portals, because another thing about that episode of Rick and Morty was Morty discovered what was really happening, and Rick was like, you think I'd be messing with time travel? That's some hack stuff. I ain't doing that. Like, nah, screw that time travel stuff. You killed all those Mortys, Morty. You killed all of them. That was you. You did that. I asked you if you wanted to know how this works, and you said, no, I got it, and just went off and have fun. Yeah, that's on you, buddy. So I thought it was an interesting concept that maybe if you step through a portal, the old you's dying and the new you's continuing to exist. Because that goes in line with more of what you said. Maybe that's why you can't recollect why you stepped into a portal and things carried on seemingly normal, but something changed there that you're not able to even recognize that something changed, because maybe the old you died and the new you's carrying on. I don't know. Something interesting.
Something to think about.
Yeah.
Let's move on to like more of like a scientific and theoretical explanation. Some physicists have speculated about the existence of wormholes and their potential to connect distant parts of the universe. One theory is that they could be formed by the intense gravitational pull of black holes. Brandon, can you elaborate on this just a little bit?
Yeah, sure, Nick. The idea that a black hole might connect to a white hole, which is its theoretical opposite, creating a tunnel through space-time. And like I mentioned before, this is theoretical, but let's just keep going with it for now. To break it down, a black hole is a region of space where gravity is so strong that nothing, absolutely nothing, not even light, can escape from it. And we all know the speed of light is quite fast.
Is it?
Yeah, I don't remember the number from high school, but it's fast. A white hole, on the other hand, is a black hole in reverse. It's a hypothetical region where matter and light can escape, but nothing can enter it. However, this is all highly speculative, as we haven't observed any wormholes directly, or at least none that us normal folks know about.
So interesting.
I'm talking about you, CERN.
No, I mean, well, we don't have any concrete evidence. The mathematics of general relativity suggests that some of these possibilities could exist. There's also the possibility of quantum entanglement. If you heard that, playing a little role in creating these portals. And the quantum entanglement is a phenomena where two particles become linked, so the state of one instantly affects the state of the other, no matter the distance between them. And some scientists think that this could potentially be a mechanism for creating connections between different points in space, or even different dimensions.
That's quite an interesting thought. Have you guys ever heard of any scientific theories or read any books that maybe explore the idea of invisible portals? We would love to know your thoughts, so share them with us in the comments below. I haven't heard of any other scientific theories other than what we discussed. But
I've seen some other movies on portals, but I can't remember the name of it. It's like an old movie. It was from like the 90s. It was such a good movie. I should have looked this up before. It'll come to me.
I have heard some anecdotal experiences with portals not related to cryptids, just disappearing right before people's eyes. More like a guy just searching for a portal, and this was one specific encounter. He's searching for a portal, and he finds this area that's like, this is this big open valley, like there's valleys and grassy hills and stuff. And as he's descending one of the hillsides down, he notices that there's just something that feels strange about where he's entering. And he had a group of people with him. And the people that were keeping an eye on him as he's descending down state that he just vanished before their eyes. Like, they couldn't see, there was no portal that they could see. There was just theorized that they believed that there could be one there. And he walked through the portal. He confirmed he walked through the portal. And it wasn't like stepping into like the upside down. And it wasn't stepping into like a completely different biome. It was continuing into grassy hills and valleys, but the people that were behind him were gone, and there was no longer a hill behind him.
So how'd he get back?
I don't know. I think he stepped back through it. I have no idea.
That's so crazy to think about.
I have no idea.
Would you walk, if you saw a portal, let's say it's not an invisible one, if you saw a physical portal, would you enter it?
I think this is a case where my curiosity would get the best of me.
What if by traveling through, you would never be the same coming back, right? Because isn't that the point of like time travel? If you go, like the molecules in your body when they are put back together will never be exactly the same.
Well, that's assuming that your body is disassembled at the molecular atomic level to go through the portal. Like I tend to believe that portals don't necessarily do that to you. That you're literally stepping through like a wormhole. Like, I think that's the best explanation for it, where you're stepping through somewhere because the fabric of space-time has folded, and instead of traversing all the way from Hawaii to Alaska, it folded so that once you step through this portal, Hawaii to Alaska, you just step through and now you're in Alaska, and you skipped all of that. I think that's more leaning towards how wormholes are theorized to work. I think that's probably how it would work, but as we discussed, wormholes are theoretically black holes with a white hole on the other end, and there's one way in.
A lot of holes.
What about the what about the other way back though? Like if wormholes will work in a one-way type of thing, you would need to find another wormhole or figure out a way to open a wormhole to get back to your original destination if you're trying to return there. And then there's the idea of like time passing while you go through these portals. That's another thing. I've heard of an encounter of some guys didn't know he stepped through a portal, but it was another similar instance where he stepped through a portal, or he believes he stepped through a portal, I should say, and he was in a group of people, and as the group of people, he lost contact with them, and he experienced like time sped up, I believe it would be, because where he stepped through, it felt to him like 5 minutes passed, and when he stepped back through to be like, this is crazy, what the heck's going on, and he tried to find a way back, he's like, let me just retrace my steps, goes back, and his friends are like, where were you? It's been like 4 hours. And he's like, what do you mean? It was 5 minutes. I was there for like 5 minutes, maybe 10 max.
It's crazy how time could work differently.
Yeah, that's crazy. Portals are just so fascinating because this is something that we know very little about, but there's so many people who have experiences.
We know little about it.
True. I think there are agencies that know more about it than they would like to know. I think that Upside Down is some sort of, not the Upside Down, Stranger Things is some sort of little sprinkle of truth being revealed.
That's what we talked about last week, and how Hollywood just puts out stuff, or Hollywood will put out stuff to kind of like tease it, but it's definitely sprinkles of truth, as you say.
I think so.
Talked about that last week. Take a look at that. They're good episodes. Let's dive into more anecdotal evidence and documented cases of encounters with invisible portals. One famous story is that of the Bennington Triangle in Vermont, where several people disappeared mysteriously in the 20th century. Some believe that these vanishings were the result of invisible portals. Brandon, do you have any other stories?
Yeah, actually, there's a specific one in the case of David Lang, who supposedly vanished in front of his family in Tennessee in 1880. Witnesses claimed that he simply disappeared while walking across a field, leading to speculation about an invisible portal. Similar to the other anecdotes that I shared. So another interesting account is that of Skinwalker Ranch in Utah. We bring this up a lot because it is relevant. This location is obviously famous for its strange phenomena, including reports of portals opening in the sky. Researchers and visitors have documented sightings of objects emerging from these portals, and there's also a theory that the triangle in this region could be a traversable wormhole connecting different parts of the universe or even different dimensions. That's freaking crazy, guys.
They are just beginning to uncover stuff on that show. Have you ever experienced anything that might be related to invisible portals, or have heard of any other stories that we may have not brought up? Let us know in the comments.
I can just call back to last week's what's it called? Weekly paranormal stories that we pick from the group. There was that one story of the lady who dropped, what was it, a pen? Was it a pen? She dropped something? No, she was crocheting.
Oh, yeah,
She dropped one of her crocheting tools, and she didn't ever hear it hit the ground, and it's gone. She can't find it. She like tore apart her living room looking for it, moving furniture, and it's just nowhere to be found. Just disappeared. Is that an invisible portal? Is there a portal underneath her couch? Like, that's crazy. That's just crazy. I mean, people were theorizing that maybe, a ghost or an entity of some kind of spirit grabbed it and moved it around, a mischievous spirit, not necessarily malevolent, just mischievous. And I was leaning more towards the theory that there's an invisible portal, because you didn't hear it. She didn't hear it. Hit the ground at all.
And they were saying that's why, and then I brought up the point about maybe that's why we find it in different locations, because it can only go through one, and then it has to come out through the other. So that's why you might find I put my keys right here. I know I did, but now they're over here. It went through something and is in a different location because it can't go back through that same one. Yeah. But it can create another one in a similar area.
Yeah. The reason why I was leaning more towards an invisible portal in that instance rather than a ghost or something like that, or a poltergeist, is because of the fact, just the sheer fact that she didn't hear it hit the ground.
Yeah.
And I believe the tools she was using is, they're typically metal tools. Even they could be plastic if it's a cheaper one. And you would still hear that hit the ground, unless it's a carpet.
Yeah.
If it's a carpeted ground, maybe you wouldn't hear it.
But she made the point to say that specifically, so that kind of, it might indicate that it probably was a floor.
A hardwood floor or tile or something. So in the case where if she heard it hit the ground and then looks and it's gone forever, I'd say that's probably poltergeist. Mm-hmm. Right. But in the case that you didn't hear it, she didn't hear it hit the ground at all, portal. And I'll admit, I'm biased. I'm biased as to where I want it to be a portal. Yeah. I will admit that, because that's just more fascinating to me than, a spirit or an entity or a poltergeist or something grabbing it before it hits the ground and placing it somewhere else to be like, you'll find this in 3 weeks. I think the mind-bendingness of the existence of an invisible portal existing right underneath your couch or something is just...
That reminds me of something. I lost a pair of shorts. I know I put it somewhere. I checked. I only put it in 2 places. Be in the dirty clothes in the laundry room or the dirty clothes in the bathroom. And I went through every single thing and it's not there.
Like recently?
Yeah.
Oh, I sold them.
Did you?
No.
Figures. But like I put it there and now it's gone. It's the same with the sock monster, but the sock monster is usually just the dryer or the washer.
Yeah, the dryer tends to eat the socks in the little fold.
But it didn't make it to that step yet.
Did you look in your washer and dryer?
Yes, I looked. Well, that's the thing. I didn't even wash them yet. I put them in the dirty clothes to wash them.
Have you asked your fiance?
Yes.
Oh.
She has. I have no idea.
Are these your favorite shorts?
I like them. These are my workout shorts.
These are some of your favorite shorts? Yeah. So you're going to definitely notice they're gone.
Oh, yeah.
That's upsetting. I'm sorry, bud. Sorry. It could be the same leprechauns that were responsible for the crop circles last week.
I just know that I will find them eventually after I buy a new pair. and they'll show back up in the exact spot where...
The timing has got to be like so perfectly imperfect to be like, you know what? I just accept the fact they're gone forever. Let me go buy a new pair. The day you get home and like, hey, look, honey, look, I got a new pair of shorts. Oh, those are nice. I found these.
Portals. It's a portal. There's a portal in here. Portal.
Portal potty. What if porta potties are portals?
All right. Yep, that is a wrap on today's deep dive into invisible portals. Once again, it feels like we've only just begun to uncover the mystery surrounding these hidden gateways.
Absolutely. And tomorrow we're taking it to another level deeper by navigating even deeper into the unknown. We'll dive into theories about portals leading to multiple destinations potentially. Stories of travelers experiencing different outcomes using the same supposed portal, and the implications for our understanding of time and space.
It's going to be yet another wild ride. So make sure you join us, because your theories and comments fuel our discussions. So if you would, hit that like button, please. Subscribe if you haven't. And click that little bell too. And don't forget to share your thoughts below.
The exploration continues, and we cannot wait to have you back for even more revelations. And make sure you don't miss out. Episode 3 airs tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it's going to be another heater. If you're new here, check out our previous series where we attempt to unravel other mysteries. Shout out to last week's alien and UFO topics. Links will be in the description. Make sure you stay curious and keep on seeking the truth.
Until next time, this is Beyond the Hub podcast, where the realms of the paranormal and conspiracies collide, and the truth is waiting to be unveiled. We'll see you soon.
Take care, everybody. Don't slip in a portal.